Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and today's video, day number 5 of my 24 days of Christmas Vlogmas series. Today's video is going to be a highly requested looking at everything in my makeup collection. Now then, that is so vast that I have decided to split it down into categories. So today it will be primers and foundations that I'll be talking to you about. Before we get into that though, obviously we do need to open today's advent calendars, so let's get on with that. And starting with Look Fantastic like usual, number 5 is down here, so I'm just going to pull this one out and see what we've got. There we go, you can see before me. No you can't because it's wrapped up in tissue. It's quite small, it feels circular. Oh, this is by the brand 3 in A. Now then, and it's an cream eyeshadow in the shade 532. Here we go. Now I have heard of this brand and I thought it was Primark's own make of makeup, but I don't think it is. Let's just have a look at the colour. Oh, that's quite a nice bronzy shimmery eyeshadow. So there we go. That's item number 5 from the Look Fantastic advent calendar. Let's move on to the box of Goth one. And here we go, here's day number 5. And we have a necklace with a purple, yay, my favourite colour, a purple plastic pentagram on there. That's fantastic. Very, very similar to the necklace we got in November's occult box, but where this is metal and potentially I'm going to be allergic to it, so I've got to make sure it sits on my clothing. This one being plastic I'll be absolutely fine with, and purple is my favourite colour, so I'm really pleased about that. Item number 5 from Box of Gothmas. Awesome. So here we go. Are you sure about this? Are you really sure you want to see it all? Because it's rather large. Okay, so first thing to tell you is the majority, in fact, literally everything that I'm going to show you has been accumulated in this first year of being on YouTube. Okay. Just going to put that out there right now. My makeup collection before I started this channel was nowhere near this big. If I show you the bag that I've got all my foundations in, it's this one from the Body Shop. This was actually a set of 2 Christmas, funnily enough, makeup bags that they did about 10 or 12 years ago. And literally my entire collection used to fit in this bag. Now all it does is house concealers, foundations and setting powders. That is it. So, but first of all, we're going to start at the very beginning and we're going to go through primers. Okay, now this big bag isn't quite full, but I will show you. That's how many different primers I have got. So I'm going to tip it all out because not only am I going to show you everything in my makeup collection, I'm also going to take this opportunity to do a bit of a declutter as well. So the first type of primer that I'm going to start with and talk about with you all is things that, these are primers that are basically like silicone based primers, and I've got quite a few of them, to be perfectly honest. So I've got quite a few different ones here, and what we mean by silicone sort of based primers is they're like this one, like the Smashbox Photo Finish, okay? So they're usually like a clear sort of gel, basically. These are supposed to be, can you see? There you go. These are supposed to be really, really good if you've got oily skin. Okay, which is why I've got quite a few of them, because that's exactly what I have. And basically what you do is you rub them in and they feel incredibly soft and silky on your skin. okay, and I don't know if you'd be able to see actually very well, but they do mattify down the area. Now, one of the first ones that I ever knew about that was like this was from the Body Shop, and it's called the All-in-One Insta Blur. Now then, this I know has been on the market for a good 10 years, and again, it's like this sort of gel sort of style, and it really does mattify down. It does, absolutely. However, even though I've got really oily skin, what I'm finding is, or what I've found over the last year trialling all these different sorts of primers, is that these ones, the silicone-based ones, they don't, although they mattify down, because they've got that silicone in, they leave a bit of like a film on my face. And then when my natural oils start producing throughout the day, which obviously they do, what happens then is my foundation that's over the top, it starts sliding off. So for me personally, I mean, like I say, I've got quite a few. I've got the Insta Blur from Body Shop. I've got the Smashbox Photo Finish. I've got this one by Mirabella called the Prime. That's the same. I've got the Pore Professional from Benefit. Now, this is the same consistency, even though it's not clear. It's the same sort of consistency, and you can feel it's got that silicone base to it. I mean, loads of people rave about the Pore Professional. Yeah, the other one that I've got, like the Benefit one, like the Pore Professional, but is I think slightly cheaper, is the NYX Pore Filler. Again, that's exactly the same. And like I say, I just find for me, they just, although they help with the mattifying down of the skin, the foundations don't sit very well on top of them. So I'm decluttering all of those. I've got a big box at the side of me here that I'm going to stick everything that I'm decluttering into that, and then I'm going to show you at the end how much is in there. I do have a brand new unopened, I'm pretty sure it's Photo Finish primer, so that I will be popping in a giveaway because it is completely brand new and not used. I've also got, and I'm pretty sure this is unused because I bought it absolutely ages ago. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's unused as well. That is by The Ordinary, and that again is a silicone primer. Now I've found out that they're not the best for my skin. Look, still in the box. That will be going in a giveaway as well, or I'll be donating that to for people who need help with everyday products like makeup. So whichever way, that will be gifted away as well. So I've got two piles here. So I've got a chuck pile, a declutter pile, and a donate pile. The next one type of primers to go through are sort of cream based primers. Now then, I've got a few of these as well. So I've got quite a few of these. So the first one to go through is the Thalgo. I got this from, this was a little sample through Feel Unique. This is quite nice, and I am finding that these cream sort of primers are better on my skin. There we go, see what I mean by a cream one. And I'll just pop a small amount on there. These do mattify as well, but I find because these are a cream and are generally more water-based rather than silicone-based, they don't then help to break down the foundation at the end, you know, throughout the day. These do take a little bit longer to absorb into the skin, but you should always leave your primer a good 5 to 10 minutes to allow that to fully absorb before you start putting your foundations on anyway. So I will be keeping that, so that's going back in my bag, as is my Wet n Wild one and my NYX Shine Killer. Again, they are both the same sort of formula, so they're going back in my bag. As is this one. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, and again I got this through Feel Unique. Now this is the same sort of formula. It's the cream formula. However, I'm going to try and pop that there. This has a little bit of like a luminosity to it and a bit of a glow to it. Now I'm not, again, because I've got oily skin, I'm not normally somebody who likes that sort of shiny, dewy, sort of glittery type of look. However, although you can see it on your fingers and stuff, actually by the time you've got your foundation on and everything, you don't notice that luminosity at all. And in fact, I'm actually wearing this primer today. I've got one that's open, and I grabbed another one before they went out of stock, which is unopened, so they are going back in my bag. This one, however, this is the same sort of thing. This I got, I think it was through Debenhams Beauty Club, and this is the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. I have literally tried this once, and this is being thrown because it absolutely honks. It smells really, really weird. The product itself, I think, was all right. I just, personally, I couldn't get past the smell of it. So, because that's been opened, that's going in the chuck pile. Next one that I'm going to go through is my colour correcting ones. Now then, this Airbase one, I got this in a glossy box, £5 mystery box last year. And I think I've already spoken about it. This is like a wand green concealer. Because I have rosacea and cystic acne and stuff like that, I can often have lots of redness on my skin, so I like to use a green colour corrector. After I put my primer on, pop a green colour corrector on just to tone down any of that redness before I then start with my foundation. That was fully used up, so that can be thrown. And then I replaced that with one by Essence, and this is like a colour correcting primer in one. Now then, I don't actually use this all over my face because I don't need the colour correcting all over my face, but I do tend to blend it out onto my cheeks and one thing and another. And I'm really getting on with that okay. The only problem I'm finding with that is not to put it on my nose, which is really bizarre because I do need a bit of colour correcting on my nose. But if I put that on, then my foundation comes off of my nose. It's really bizarre. I don't quite know why or how or what, because it doesn't disrupt my foundation on anywhere else on my face, just on my nose. But that's going back in my bag to continue being used. The next two, these are basically exactly the same product in exactly the same componentry. One is by Perricone MD and the other is by Body Shop, and this is the Instamatte. And this is basically, I'll open this one up, it's a hard primer, okay, and it's a bit like a waxy one. Now, me personally, I find these very difficult to sort of get out. They've got that silicone-y type base to them as well. I bought this half price from my Body Shop outlet shop. Used it a couple of times, but I was like, nah, don't like it. So because that one's been used, that's going in the throw pile. This one, I'm not sure if this Perricone one has actually been used. I think I might have just literally swatched it, but it hasn't been used. There's your little puffy for it. So again, that one is going to be donated to a charity of some sort, or given away some sort of way, you know. The Illamasqua Hydra Veil that we got recently in a glossy box, in all honesty, I haven't tried this yet, so that is going back in my bag and wait to be tried. Same with the Ciate London watermelon sort of jelly hydrating primer. That's not been used either. I don't even know if I've actually tried it. I don't know if I've tried it. It is quite, it's very sweet and watermelon sort of smelling. I'm not a fan of really sweet sort of watermelon scents. I honestly don't think I might have swatched that, but I don't think I've really used it. So again, that's going to be donated. Not because of the product itself, it's just I can't stand the smell, to be perfectly honest. So that's going in the donation pile. And the only other one I think I'm gonna keep, oh no, there's two more. This Checker Black one, this is some glow drops. Now this I was a bit about initially because again I'm not into that dewy look. However, I have used this once and it's quite frightening because it's quite dark when it comes out. There you go. But I used this when I did my collaboration video, the challenge video with Lisa from Authentic Beauty, using all the products that we'd received from Glossybox. If you've not seen that video, I'll link it up here for you now. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by it. It didn't leave as much of a sort of shimmeriness, dewiness on the skin as I was expecting to, and it actually felt really, really nice. The foundation didn't shift or move anywhere, it didn't break it down. So that I am going to keep and go back in my bag. The other one that's going back in my bag is this. It's the Revolution Onyx Primer. Now this is again really scary because it is black. And I was a bit dubious about it, but it's really thick. There we go. I'm just going to pop a bob on for you. But it does mattify. It really does mattify. And although it's softening, it's not the same level of silicone as the other primers. There we go, but it really does mattify down, and I was actually very, very pleasantly surprised by that. So that is going in the bag. And then my absolute favourite primer that I've come across this year, again, was through Feel Unique. I think this was in the beauty kit. This is by Giorgio Armani. This is a cream primer. It's just absolutely divine. The only problem with this is the full size of this is £70. I'm keeping hold of it so that if I ever win the lottery, I know what I'm looking for and I will be purchasing it. But for the time being, that's it. So that is it. That is now my primer bag. Wow, that's quite a bit of a difference, isn't it? Okay, so next thing we are going to go on to is foundations. Oh, I've got something here actually. You can tell how long it's been in the bag and how long it has been since I've emptied this bag. I bought this literally last year, just before I start, or just as I start my channel. This is by Barry M, and it's the Liquid Chrome Highlighter Drops. I've literally used this a couple of times, and I'm not keen on it. I've found, again, over the last year, I'm not keen on liquid highlighters. So that shouldn't be in there. That should be in my highlighter and blusher bag. I did tell you I was splitting this into categories, didn't I? So that reminds me, if you're not already, please do hit that subscribe button and your notification bell so that you know every time I upload a video, YouTube will tell you. Normally that's 3 times a week, but obviously in the run up to Christmas, I am uploading every day, and my highlighter and blusher collection will be coming up. But I'll let you know now, that's going in the bin. So we're going to start with concealers. First things first, I am going to start with these little sachets of concealer that I got as a free gift with a couple of Revolution orders I did recently. This is the Conceal and Glow concealer. Now, I had to order was it tan, medium to tan ranges because they didn't have the light to medium ones left in stock. I have tried the F7 and F9, I think it is in here. They are a little dark for my skin tone, to be perfectly honest. I can make them work. The actual product itself is actually a really nice product. It's more of a medium sort of coverage concealer, and I prefer a sort of full coverage concealer. So the ones that I haven't opened, the little sachets of these that I haven't opened, I am going to donate to my charity pile because they're just a bit dark for my skin tone. The next one that I'm actually going to throw, because this has been open quite a while. Can't remember where I got this from, but this is a Collie Star concealer. And I got the lightest shade. However, look at how dark that is. It is just so dark. Even blended out, it's like, wow, it's appearing lighter on screen than what it is in real life. It's just too dark. It's an Italian make, is Colistar, so whether or not their natural skin tone is darker than ours, potentially that's what it is, but this was the lightest one you could get. And yeah, it's just too dark for me and for what I like. So because that's been open quite a while, it does say it's got 12 months shelf life, so that's going in the bin. Right, the next one going in the bin is this Winky Lux one. This I received, again, I can't remember where from. It might have been a Birchbox. This is in the shade medium, but again, it's there. Look, I've just popped a small amount on for you. Again, too dark. I mean, it is really dark. To say that's supposed to be medium, that is really dark. Far too dark for my skin tone. It has been used and opened, so it's going in the bin. This one, the Wet n Wild one, colour wise it's okay, but the actual product itself is just, it's a bit too thin for my liking. It doesn't go on particularly very well. It's very light coverage. So again, that's going in the bin. The NYX Won't Stop, Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer. This is, again, it's not bad. It's not my favourite, I have to say, but it's not bad. The colour's absolutely fine for me. I got it in vanilla, maybe a little bit on the yellowy tone, but again, I can work with it. It's not bad, so that is actually going back in my bag. The next concealer that I am keeping is my absolute favourite. This is from Juvia's Place. This is an American brand and I've got mine in the shade 23. It is quite light, but I do like a light concealer for under my eyes, down my nose, in the middle of my forehead and my chin, just to lighten those areas up. I absolutely love this. It is such a full coverage concealer, but it's not cloggy or heavy. The only downside to this is the fact that you can't get it in the UK on Beauty Bay or anywhere like that. The only place you can get this is through juviasplace.com, so then you have to pay the shipping and all that malarkey. However, having said that, Juvia's Place often do at least 40% off sales, if not 50% off sales, and they sometimes do free international shipping as well if you spend over sort of $49 or whatever. So, you know, it's a case of waiting for those really good offers and stocking up when I can. So that's going back in the bag. Right, the next thing we're going to talk about is BB creams, and I do actually have a couple of these. I have, well, I've got two that I haven't used yet, which are the Touche Eclat Le Tint and the Lancome Tint Idle Ultra Wear. Now then, I got both of these through Feel Unique, and honestly I haven't tried them yet, so I am going to pop them back in my bag, ready and waiting to be tried. These two I have tried. This one here, the Body Shop one, I've had a long time. It's only supposed to last 12 months after opening, and I bet it's been open at least 5 years. So in the box it goes. This one, the Marcel one, it's okay. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone. I think I got this, how did I get this? I can't remember where I got this from. Like I say, it is a bit dark for my skin tone, and I'm not the biggest fan of BB creams. If I'm going to put makeup on, I prefer to have a real good thick coverage foundation. I've got so much scarring from my cystic acne that, you know, BB creams just don't do enough coverage for me, in all honesty. That's been open quite a while, so that's going in the throw-in pile as well. Right, on to foundations. Okay, here we go. Oh, another BB cream. Now, this is a shame. I have actually used this. I think I've used it once. Let me just double check it. Yeah, I have used this once, and I got this from the Cruelty Free company. They do several beauty subscription boxes that are once every 3 months. They used to do a makeup one. I only managed to get one of those boxes though, and then they stopped doing them, which was a real shame. This is I can't remember the name of the company, Be At One. This is supposed to be light touch. Now, again, it looks lighter on screen than what it does in real life. It is a BB cream, but it has got a wee bit more coverage than others that I know, but it's still not really enough for me. Again, it's got quite a scent to it as well. This has got a 12-month shelf life. It has been open around about 12 months, just coming up to it. So that's going in the bin. Right, foundations. Okay, I'm going to start with one that's going in the bin. This is the W7 Very Vegan one. I just didn't like this product. It wasn't a very good full coverage. The colour range was absolutely useless. I think you'd literally got a choice of about 5 different shades. Trying to match up was really difficult. Like I say, the product itself it wasn't for me, in all honesty, guys. So that's going in the bin. The next one going in the bin is the Morphe foundation. This is awful on my skin. It really, really is. The colour's not brilliant. I got F1.50. There we go. But the actual consistency of this, I mean, it says it's a full coverage. Nah, I wouldn't say that. It's more of a medium coverage, and it goes really funny it on my forehead. It's not so bad everywhere else, but on my forehead it sort of separates and it goes a bit blobby, and it's really weird, and it's almost like a liquid to powder foundation, which, like I say, on the rest of my face is fine, but on my forehead, where I have the most of my oil production, just doesn't suit me at all. So that's in the bin. I'm going through quite a lot here. The next one that unfortunately just does not suit my skin is the NYX Born to Glow. I think I've literally used this once. And again, I had a similar problem as like with the Morphe one. I got this in the shade Porcelain. That to me is not porcelain. That's far too dark for porcelain. Everybody was raving about this foundation, and I think I bought this on the recommendation of Pampered Wolf. She absolutely loved it, and I think if you've got a drier skin, then potentially you would really like this, but it just did absolutely nothing for me. It just smeared. And literally, when I say smeared, I mean it just smeared. I'd got streaks all over the place, and when I was trying to then go over with a beauty blender and buff it out, all that happened was that it was literally pulling off of my skin. So yeah, that's going in the bin. Next one. The Can't Stop Won't Stop, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. This is actually okay. It's not too bad. Again, it says it's a full coverage. I would say it's a medium to full coverage, really, in reality. Since I've tried other foundations that I go, oh yeah, they are a full coverage. You can build this up. It doesn't separate as much as the Born to Glow one, but it doesn't last completely all day on me. You know, by the time I get to an evening, it really has started to break down on my forehead, but as long as it's got me through the day, I'm quite okay with that. So I don't mind using that one up, so that's going back in my bag. Another one that's going back in my bag, because I've not really tested it out enough to have a firm opinion of it, is this Essence Stay All Day. Now, I don't think I was overly impressed with it when I tried it the first time, but like I say, I do want to continue trying it, and then you never know, next time if I do an update on my makeup collection, I might declutter it then if I'm not getting on with it. So that's gone back in the bag. The other one that's gone back in my bag is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. I got this in the shade L44 Cool. I quite like this foundation. It's not my favourite, I will say that. Yeah, And again, it is a full coverage, but it's kind of that sort of in between a medium and a full coverage. I'm glad I only bought it in the mini, I have to say, although this miniature was still £17, so it's not cheap. Yeah, it's all right, it's okay. So again, I don't mind keeping it to use it up, but would I repurchase it? No. Another two that I am keeping, and I got these before my local House of Fraser store shut down, so they were really good price. I think I literally paid about tenner each for them, if that. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. Now then, I've got them in two shades. I've got the 0.5 and the 1, and one is a bit dark and one is a bit light, so I kind of mix the two together. These are like a light to medium coverage, so if you're on a day where you want just a quick bit of coverage, I would much rather use these than a BB cream. They give me a bit more coverage than a BB cream, but still not as much as me full coverage foundations. I don't mind keeping and using these up. Would I repurchase them? Potentially not, I have to say, but that's because for me, I think I have now found the foundation that I really like for me and my skin tone and, you know, my coverage preferences. So they'll go back in the bag to be used up, but that's about it. The next one that I am going to declutter, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm actually wearing this today. I think this is another one that, again, I need to just use a bit more to really solidify my opinion of it. And this is the Benefit Hello Happy Brightening Foundation. Here we go. I bought this, I think I bought it from All Beauty or Cult Beauty in the sale. I got it in the shade 2, which was like a light to medium. The colour's absolutely fine. Like I say, I'm wearing it today. It's probably a wee bit light, but I prefer it a bit lighter, and then you can darken it up with a bit of bronzer or whatever if you're feeling that way inclined. It's okay. It's not doing too bad. It's starting to come off a wee bit on my forehead, but it has been on a good 2 or 3 hours at the moment, so that can go back and be used up. Now then, this one. This is, oops, clonk. This is the Perricone MD No Makeup Foundation. Right. Now I got this in, I think it was a Latest in Beauty special edition box. This is supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be nude, but it's just too dark. It is just too dark. There we, look at it. Crikey Moses. I swatched it by just taking the tiniest wee bit out the top of the lid. I haven't put the pump in it, you know, I'm not likely to use this. So I've only had it about 6 months, not even 6 months, I don't think. So that I am going to donate because I believe. Right, I am now on to my favourite foundation that I have found in this last 12 months. And like the concealer, it comes from Dubious Place. This is the Magic Foundation. This is in the shade Cairo. I absolutely love it. It's so full coverage. It goes on fantastically. It dries down brilliantly. It seems to last the longest on my skin. It just really seems to suit me and my skin. Again, like the concealer, you can only get it from Dubious Place in America. So like I say, I just have to wait for the sales and stock up when I can. I'm doing all right. I've still got a fair amount left of it because you don't need very much at all, which is another great thing I like. And full price, this is $20. Like I say, you can often get it 40 or even 50% off for like $10 or $12. So for the price of it, I just think it's absolutely top notch, #1 choice in my opinion. So that is definitely going back in my bag. Right, now I'm kind of on to loose powders. I have got a pressed powder here. And this again I got in my cruelty-free makeup box that they used to do. This is actually a really nice powder. This is by the same company as that BB cream, the Beat at One company. There we go. And this colour is absolutely superb for me. It's got an SPF of 15 inbuilt. That's going back in my bag because it is a really nice powder. I really like the finish of it and the feel of it on my skin. The colour's absolutely perfect, so bob on. This is the New by Nature one that I got in my Feel Unique beauty kit last year. This is the translucent loose finishing powder. I absolutely love this, got on really well with it, so much so that I bought in my recent TK Maxx haul, which again I will link up here for you now. I actually bought the New by Nature starter kit, which had a smaller version, or smaller version of this in it, because I really did like it. This is a mineral based makeup, really suits my skin, so that's going back in the bag. There is a wee bit of that left, not much though. This was Essence. I got this earlier in the year. This is the Essence Loose Fixing Powder. This is really nice. This is in the shade Light, and I wouldn't want to go any darker, I have to say. There we go. But I do use this on a very regular basis. I really do like this. So that's definitely going back in the bag. There we go. And also going back in the bag is my KVD Lock-It fixing powder in the shade Translucent. I know a lot of people are not keen on this. I absolutely love it. Really finely milled. And I mean, that is only the mini version of it, and I've still got quite a lot left. And again, I use this every time I put my makeup on. I like it for where I put my concealer, under my eyes, things like that, because it's so finely milled. It doesn't get cloggy or sort of settle in the fine lines and wrinkles too much. So that's definitely going back in my bag. The next two though, these are going to be decluttered. This is the Very Vegan one. Okay, this is the Very Vegan loose powder, and this is supposed to be translucent. Let me show you the colour of it. That is not translucent. Let me pop a wee bit out onto my hand. It looks a lot lighter on screen than what it does in real life, but there is no way that is translucent. It's far too dark for my skin. I am going to keep the puffy off the top though and give that a good wash, because I do like to use puffies when I'm putting my loose powder on, but the actual product itself in the bin pile. And the next one that's going in the bin pile, this is by Barry M. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It was only about maybe £5, but it's a bit like talcum powder going on your face. It's sort of, when you start sort of sweating all the oil production, it really clogs in the fine lines and wrinkles. In fact, the first ingredient on the back is talc. It wasn't expensive, but it really isn't my favourite. Again, I'm going to take the puffy out and keep that though, but that's in the bin pile as well. Right, I think that's literally everything. So we have gone from that bag being absolutely jam-packed to it literally containing that amount. That's not bad, is it? That is not bad at all. The only other thing that I am going to put back in here is I've got, this is what I use for my contouring. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat. You can see I've hit pan on it. So I do really like this. I find this a brilliant tone for me for contouring. It is a powder foundation and it's in the shade Olive, but yeah, I like it. It's matte, its tone is absolutely fine, so that's going back in there. This, however, this is being decluttered. This is the NYX bronzer, and it's too orange and too dark for me. It has been used a few times and it's been open quite a while, so that's being decluttered. This one, now then, do I keep this or not? I'm not sure. I have got a little miniature of the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. There we go. Yeah, it is a matte bronzer, that one. And I do like, I think I've tried it once and I did like it. It is a wee bit on the paler side, which actually for me I quite like. You know, I don't want a massively really dark bronzer, so that one I will keep. This one, however, I am going to be decluttering. This we received in June or July's glossy box. It's by the company Give Them Lala. It's in the shade Ibiza bronzer. I've used it a few times. I just don't like it. It's got a gold shimmer on the top, and that is not my preferred look. It is, you know, it's not a bad product, but it's not worth the money, in my opinion. I mean, supposedly this is worth, like, I think it was £18 or something. It's got really cheap, tacky componentry. The mirror is literally stuck in there with a blob of glue. I could probably pull that out if I wanted to. Yeah, and because it's been open a while, it's been open a good 6 months, so that's going in the declutter pile. I think that's everything for my makeup collection for today. So I think I've done really well to get that foundation and concealer bag down to the point where I can now close it very, very easily, whereas previously I had to literally like squidge it together to get it to shut. My primers, in fact my primers will probably now, haha, both bags are fitted in one, so that saves a bit of space in my drawer, which is fantastic. That is the first part of my makeup collection and declutter. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do smash that thumbs up button. That helps YouTube with its algorithms to hopefully promote my tiny little channel a wee bit more, so we can start building up the subscribers and building up the wonderful community we have here on Making It Up. Thank you for watching, as always, everybody. If you are new to my channel, the warmest of welcomes. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel and following me on this YouTube journey. To do that, you need to hit either the red one down below or the circular icon with my face in it, which will appear here shortly. Like I say, don't forget to hit your notification bell as well, so that YouTube tells you every time I upload a video. I don't just do things like this, sort of collection videos. I do beauty and gothic and alternative, subscription box unboxings, makeup hauls, makeup looks. I have a live stream on a Friday evening called the Friday Night Natter. That's 8 PM UK time, and it's a virtual get together or meet up, basically, as if you're going to go down the pub and meet up with the pals, but you don't have to leave your front room. It's a very open-minded, encouraging and supportive place for you to come and literally just have a natter. We talk about anything and everything with our favourite beverage, and it usually ends up with me in lots and lots of giggles. So please do, if you think that's a community you would like to be a part of, please bob in and say hi in the live chat. We would love to welcome you there. We also have a joint Facebook page, both myself and Lisa from Authentic Beauty. It's called Making It Authentic, and I'll pop the details down here for you now. That's another social media platform for the community to interact with each other, but also to promote yourselves. You know, if you have a blog, if you have your own business, if you're an artist of any sort, then please do search Facebook for that. You can also follow me on Instagram. Again, I will pop my Instagram details down here for you now. So I think that's everything for today. I'm going to go and have a well-earned cup of tea now. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Keep safe and well, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.